It's a chilly morning and I'm on a Cypress Line River here in South Louisiana because I got crappie on the brain. All right, the water temp, as you can see, is 60 degrees. That's pretty chilly for us. Probably a smart man would start with a cork just to keep baits suspended in that strike zone longer. But we've been using this tight line technique, casting and retrieving, and it's just been a blast. Just so much fun. These fish just pound the bait, and that's just really how I want to fish them. If it's not effective though, believe me, I'll switch to that cork. The air temperature when I launched was 42 degrees, so it was a cold night. It's supposed to get up to 79 today though, so it's gonna warm up a bunch. Hopefully we can put a pattern together and find some fish. Well, that's not what we want. What are you doing biting in this 60-degree water? Oh, there's one. Oh, I missed him. Oh, that was a definite crappie. I saw him plain as day. It was a good fish. Hook is nice and sharp. That's not the issue. Really good fish. He just pulled free. I got a used boat for sale if anybody's interested. Oh, there's one. Well, it's not the biggest crappie I've ever caught, but it's a start. Definitely a black crappie. All right. I think I'm gonna keep him. Big enough to fillet. Why not? Let's see if there's any more right there. There's a laydown you probably can't see under the water. I was just running it down that log. Oh, oh goodness, that's a pig. That's a tank. I hope I get this fish. That's a good one. Oh, he's just rip and drag. Oh, come on, stay on. Come on. Oh, goodness. All right, that's a good one. That's a good fish. Now, he was way out. Look at this big guy. Beautiful, beautiful sockeye. Man, I love to see that. Of course, we in South Louisiana call him sockeye. Yeah, he was hooked well. No chance of losing him. That's good. Love it, love it. Now, that was a white crappie. Both of them thrive on this river, both whites and blacks. Seems like the whites get bigger than the blacks. All right, stop number one. Got us 3 bites, 2 of which we landed. Oh, Todd. That was bite number 4. That could have been a brim, but it was a really hard hit. But there's a ton of places to fish on this river. We haven't even scratched the surface, and I really feel like the bite's going to get better as the day moves along, just because this water's going to warm up. These fish should definitely get more active, even though it's a really bluebird day, and crappie definitely bite better on low pressure days with cloudy skies. But it's prime time right now. These fish are pulled up and spawning, no question about it. So I like our chances, but we're going to make a little bit of a run. Back in a minute. All right, we're at spot number 2, fishing the same technique. Water temp here is 60 degrees. I can feel the air temperature definitely getting warmer, but obviously that water temperature, it's going to take a bit more time to get warm. If I had to guess, air temperature is probably about 50, maybe upper 40s. Now, if you can see, dead ahead is my shadow. I really hate fishing like this. It's nice because you're not staring into the sun, obviously. Oh, that was a bump. But I really think it spooks the fish. They know something's up. This gigantic UFO passes in front of them. All right, end of the road for stop number 2. No bites. And I think I'm gonna make a little change before stop number 3. I think with this water temperature down, based on what happened at stop number 1, my bites all came way out. I think those fish have probably retreated a little bit with the colder water. So I'm gonna put on a bit of a heavier jig head and see if I can focus on that drop off. It might be where all those fish are. This is a 1/32 ounce, and it's just really not getting down. When I get it up close to the boat, I can see it. It's about 18 inches down. I almost can't fish it slow enough to get it down. So I'm gonna make that change, and hopefully it produces some fish for me. We'll see. All right, so now we got this 1/16 ounce jig on. Let's see if that makes a difference. Oh, there's one. That's a hard hit. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful, just beautiful. Nice and deep, nice and deep. What you like to see. All right, unfortunately I had another glitch with my chest cams. Just GoPros are maddening, but I think I made 2 casts with this 1/16 and caught a fish. Also got another bite, so definitely that was the change that needed to be made. The 1/16 allows me to fish it a good bit faster with the bait still getting down. That 1/32 was just too light. The bait was staying too high. I couldn't retrieve it slowly enough. And it's kind of a fine line. If you go too slow, you fish under the fish. Either that or you don't inspire that reaction strike. But if you fish too fast, you're too high in the water column. Not only that, but the 1/16 is way, way, way easier to cast. I'm fishing a 4.5 foot H2O Express rod. Not really designed for casting distance. And spooled on here, I got 4-pound test mono. Probably fluoro would be a better bet. This water's pretty clean, but also that fluoro sinks. And you know, fluoro of course is lower visibility than mono. And I'm tipping it every single time with a nibble. My buddy Jeff has schooled me enough fishing nibbles for me to really appreciate their value. You wouldn't think casting and retrieving would make that big of a difference, but it does seem to. I tell you what, my time with this coat is drawing to a close. It is getting warm. Just spooked a bass off a bed. Threw right on his head. Didn't see him. When I was putt-putting back here, I ran across 4 kids in a little John boat, 4 high school age kids. And literally as I passed, they pulled in a really nice slab, throwing slip corks. Definitely love seeing that. Reminds me of myself when I was a kid, but it just seems no kids fish anymore. All right, I shed the heavy winter garb. Feel a lot better. That tells you air temperature's definitely getting up there. That's good. Water temp is still, man, 60.9 back here. I mean, that sun's got to get high because so much shade in this area.
Get anything?
I've gotten 1 back here, that's it. How about y'all?
2.
2. Should get better as it warms up.
Yeah.
Are you Marshman Mass on?
Yeah.
I'm subscribed.
Yeah, we subscribed you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you saw my last video, but I shot it back here.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why we're out here.
Oh, okay, good.
We live in the neighborhood right here.
In Chifuncta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Where y'all go to school?
St. Paul's.
St. Paul's. Well, good luck. I hope y'all whack them. There's one. There's one. Nice. That's a good fish. Hope he stayed. Oh, it's a big red ear. It's actually a big one. That one's gone in the box. Shell cracker, lake runner. All right, it's not the target species, but I'm disappointed not at all. Those are really, really good to eat and really fun to catch. Fight super hard. He was not bashful on the strike at all. Now, I've got very little experience with this technique. I did it just a week or so ago with my buddy Jeff. First time I've really fished sockeye or crappie tight lined. Typically I fish them with corks or not at all. And I love that. It's a lot of fun, but this is way more fun. Just feeling those fish hit, it's amazing. It's amazing how hard they hit. Oh, goodness. There we go. There's one. Not a big one, but a white. All right. That fish, like all of them, was out. I don't think I've gotten a fish close yet. They're all out. That was definitely the hardest hitting fish of the day. I mean, he just ripped the rod out of my hands. Incredible. Not the biggest, but the hardest hit. That's the thing with doing this. Like, the hits are shocking. They're just literally shocking. Everything's so light that you're using light line, light rods, light reels, and then it's like a Mack truck falls on your line. It's incredible. You know, I do a lot of fishing for redfish. They obviously hit extremely hard, fight really, really hard. But with reds, you're kind of geared up for it. You expect those hard hits. You expect a hard fight. These little crappie, man, they're incredible. Just an irresistible fish. That's why I can't get enough of it this time of year. And look, I mean, look at the scenery. It's beautiful here, super relaxing, just low stress. With everything going on in the world right now, I mean, I don't know how you have peace of mind if you can't do stuff like, oh goodness, stuff, oh, that's a big one. Stuff like this. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Let's show the audience. There we go. There we go. Again, he was out, and again, hit like a ton of bricks. Hit me like I stole something. Woohoo! That 1/16 has made a big difference. It's allowed me to fish deeper off away from the bank. I'm making these casts, keeping my rod up initially while I'm shallow, and then lowering it as I get closer to the boat. I'm fishing right now in 5.5 feet of water. I don't know exactly where these fish are holding. They may be holding right on the bottom, but as clean as this water is, believe me, they can see and feel that bait a good bit over their heads. And it seems, based on the 2 times I've done this, you definitely want to do a straight retrieve. Last time I was kind of hopping it a little bit and wasn't getting bites at all. I didn't get anything until I did that straight retrieve. I want to shake it every now and then, but nothing too extreme. I just love it. I just love it. It's just incredible. Oh my goodness, one of those kids just fell in. Hopefully he's all right. All right, they're all laughing, so I guess everything's okay. The kid was standing up while the boat was underway. The driver dropped the throttle and the kid fell off the front of the boat. Yeah, I can see they're fishing now, so obviously nobody's hurt. That's good. As you can tell, it's a super calm day. I mean, just beautiful. Actually, there are a few gnats around. Not like it would be today in the marsh, that's for sure. I think the gnats would be absolutely horrific today in the marsh. Now, I have discovered this stuff called marsh romance that gnats despise. It's kind of similar to the Victoria's Secret amber romance that we all use, except it doesn't smell quite as feminine. It really smells good, actually. And it's very, very effective, definitely. I'm definitely a fan. If these gnats get any worse, I will apply. How do gnats always get inside your hat? That's what I want to know. All right, these shorelines are starting to warm up a little bit. 62.2 right here. You can see the sun is shining right on it, working its magic. I can tell you the sun's really feeling warm. The air is definitely feels a lot different than it did this morning. It's now 10 a.m. Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me. You smoked it. Ah. Oh, there's one. That's a good one. That's a good fish. Oh, big black one. Big black sockeye. Look at that one. Whew. That's a beauty. Look at that fish. Is that awesome? That is awesome. Oh man, I'm so happy to catch this fish. Such a beautiful fish. Oh, he just pooped on me. Look at that. Thanks, dude. You know, they call these fish paper mouths because their mouths are ridiculously soft. So you do lose a high percentage of the ones that you hook. That's why you never really know once you hook one whether or not you're gonna land him. You get one that size, which is a pretty big fish for this area. Oh, there's one. Yep, that was a brim. I saw him. But when you get one that size, you definitely are happy when you see him come over the gunnel. Crappie are vicious, absolute savages. It's amazing how hard they hit. Oh, there's one. That's a bass. That's a bass. All right, dude. Get out there and grow. All right, remember me and hit me again when you're 5 pounds, okay, buddy? So the least you could do, you owe me.